This time we're looking to get out here. We've got 10 real nice babies I bought at the sale at Keeneland last September. I like every one of them, and I've got 5 of them here actually with me now, so we're hoping to run 2 or 3 opening weekend and 2 or 3 the next weekend.
But you're not looking to just be here Derby week and scramming. You're looking to be a presence in Kentucky, it sounds like.
Yeah, we're trying to move part of our string out here, run for a lot more money. They've cut the purses at California 12%, and I think my horse will do okay out here.
And tell us about Where's My Ring. We know she's coming off. You sent her to New York. She won the Gazelle.
Well, we wasn't going to run her. She had some trouble with ulcers and stuff. I actually run her in the Breeders' Cup. She pulled a shoe first jump out of the gate, so we give her some time off, started getting her ready. She was doing real good, so I went ahead and nominated her this. And we were searching for a race to run in. We run second to that good filly of Baffert's at Santa Anita in a grade 3. So we had all the others we nominated to, and we went through the team. We checked all the entries. I actually entered her in Oaklawn. We scratched her. Decided to go to Aqueduct. Not because of the competition, but because of the distance. I think she'd be much better at 1 1/8, even 1 1/4 miles. So we took Aqueduct. It got us here. Now we'll just have to see what happens now that we're here.
So you left California with her. What had you seen enough of Baffert's horse, or was it again you were looking for a longer distance race?
Well, 1 1/16 kind of fit Baffert's horse. I think we could beat her going 1 1/8, but she got out there on the lead all by herself. There was no speed there, and she just coasted around. They'd send her up the lane. We had to run 5 wide, and we couldn't catch her that way. But there's no sense in killing our filly with him. He can't get no points, and we couldn't get enough points there to get in. So we took Aqueduct over Oaklawn.
Liking the track.
She loves it here. Doing very good. We give her a little breeze this morning. Up the lane and around the turn, she went 37, very easy for 3 furlongs, so I was tickled with that. We'll work her again next Friday, 4 furlongs, we'll be ready to go.
Nothing better than really to get your name out here in Kentucky if Where's My Ring won the Oaks. That would really be quite the advertisement.
Yeah, that'd be good for me from coming from the bush tracks in Utah, because I didn't come up under anybody. I learned under my dad out in the bushes. We run around the small tracks in Utah and Idaho and Wyoming and everything, and it's quite an honor to be here to even run in this race.
Well, yeah, tell me a little bit more about that background. And when you were at the bush tracks, were you working with were you fooling with thoroughbreds, or what breeds of horses?
Thoroughbreds and quarter horse. I was their jockey. My dad trained them. My brothers helped us, and every week he'd go to a different little town. They had a different meet at each little town. Everybody had a racehorse in their backyard back then, and it was quite a deal.
And so you grew up in
Fillmore, Utah, the middle of Utah.
And people don't think of Utah as you wouldn't think of really this horse and horseman's country, but there's quite a few really good horsemen that have come out there. I mean, Randy Bradshaw, I remember, he kind of, I think, came up sort of the same way.
He came from there. My brother rode for Randy a little bit when he didn't ride a lot, but he rode for Randy a few times. Jeff Mullins came from there. He's a good horseman at Santa Anita around there. And there's a lot of good horsemen there. A lot of them didn't want to take a chance to do this, and I did, and I got some good owners that want to move up the ladder, so here we are.
How long have you been in California?
I started there in 2015 actually with the Graysons. Good enough to give me, and I'm still with them, and I've been there. It's been about 8 years there. And I was in Utah forever, but you're just kind of trying to run to see what you got. We haven't had real well-bred horses or anything starting out with. We've survived, but now we're getting better horses, trying to get rid of them that won't do and try to move up the ladder a little bit. So far, so good. I had Restrained Vengeance in the Breeders' Cup a couple of years ago. He made $1 million. He kind of got us started, and so got a couple of new clients, and they want to run out here and get better horses, so that's been good for me. It looks like to me any kind of a greater horse you got, maybe not so good, you can go to Mountaineer or some of these lesser tracks. Your better horses can run at Churchill or Turfway or wherever they happen to be running, so that would really benefit me from what I've had in California, because I've always had a lower class of horse starting out there now, but I'm getting some better ones now.
So you're looking at, you said staying on through and racing at Ellis this summer, and
yeah,
after Churchill closes?
I've got to go back to Del Mar, actually. My owner owns Where's My Ring and some of these better babies is from Del Mar. He wants to run there, but we're going to try to keep a string here and a string there both.
String that would be, or would you like even thinking completely year round, like Turfway in the winter, or are you thinking?
Well, it just depends. I like the situation I got when we go by the colts at Keeneland. I take them back to Utah to the training center that there. It's warm, good weather. It's a 3/4 of a mile racetrack. Starting 6 or 8 horse gate, get timed works if you want. We have a daily racing form, equibase clocker there and everything. So it's a very nice place. I have all my equipment there. I have the same guys that worked for me for 10 years, and that's where all these colts come from.
That's where you go in the winter. Utah. Interesting. Like what part of Utah?
It's southern Utah, right on the border of Nevada and Arizona and Utah, St. George, Utah. And I knew once we got to the added distance races, we'd have a really nice filly, and I wish the race was 1.25 miles, but it ain't. But that's why we went to New York to run the 1 1/8, because I knew the added distance would help her. So that's where we are today.
You sound pretty confident
I'm very confident in her. From the day one when I seen him lead her out of the stall at the sale, I told my wife this is the one we got to get, and I'd already bought one, and it was on a budget with the guy. It was his first horses with Michael, and he was at a Raider football game, and I called him on the phone. We need to buy this horse, and I haven't got enough money. So we were talking and bidding, and people in the background were screaming and yelling, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" He was telling them about buying a horse at the sale, and we got her, and here we are today. So.
What were the people behind him telling him? Go on,
go on.
Don't keep your hands in. Keep bidding.
Spend some of your money.
Yeah, that's
quite a story about her. So I'm very thankful to have her, and here we are.